Nick, and in this video we'll be talking about yeast infections and if they can go away by themselves. Well, a yeast infection can go away by itself if you are a healthy individual and you don't have severe symptoms. If you are a healthy individual and you don't have any immune system problems and your yeast infection is very mild or hopefully asymptomatic, that means it doesn't show any visible symptoms at this moment, you have a pretty good chance of your yeast infection resolving itself without any treatment. But a more severe yeast infection is likely not going to resolve itself, and you will have to use some type of antifungal to get rid of your yeast infection. In scientific journals, there is some discussion about yeast infections resolving themselves spontaneously without treatment, but this is generally the exception and not the norm. A 2015 study published in the journal Medicine looked at esophageal candidiasis, which is a yeast infection of the esophagus, and looked at how frequently those yeast infections would resolve without using any form of treatment. The researchers specifically found that asymptomatic Candida infections, those that didn't show any symptoms, were quite frequently resolving themselves without the use of any treatment. The study did find that pre-existing health conditions like cardiovascular disease lowered the chances of an individual recovering from their yeast infection without intervention. So what the study showed us is that a person with a healthy immune system that has a very mild or asymptomatic yeast infection does have a good chance for getting rid of their Candida problem without using an antifungal. However, there are likely some predisposing factors in your health that led to your Candida problem, and as a result, these underlying issues will likely worsen your Candida infection as time goes on. And again, it's not too likely that any yeast infection is just going to go away by itself through the work of the immune system. So generally speaking, it's a wise idea once you notice a Candida problem to take care of it right away using some type of antifungal drug or natural medicine. Things like birth control pills can elevate the level of estrogen in your body and predispose you to yeast infection. Also, if you've taken antibiotics, you are more likely to develop a yeast infection. So if either of those two things apply to you, you do have more of a chance of your Candida infection not going away by itself. And again, the key factor for determining how likely you are to get rid of your yeast infection without using a treatment is largely determined by the health of your immune system. So if you have a compromised immune system from medical therapy or some underlying health condition, chances are you are not going to just see your yeast infection go away on its own. Also, when looking for a treatment for a yeast infection, you might want to stay away from one-day yeast infection pills, as typically included in these products is fine print that says they are not likely to get rid of a yeast infection in just one day, and it can take up to 7 days. There's more information about this at Candida Hub if you're interested. So in conclusion, yes, it's possible that a mild yeast infection in a healthy individual can go away, but you really want to nip this problem in the bud and use some type of treatment to get rid of your yeast infection. And Candida Hub does have a lot of information about a whole bunch of yeast infection treatments that are all natural you can try. So if you're interested in that, you may want to check out the website for more information. Well, for more information about this topic, you can visit the link below in the description to see more studies highlighting instances of yeast infections spontaneously resolving and get a broader picture at the website. And you can also learn about an all-natural 12-hour solution for yeast infections that works very fast. So if you have some time and this seems like something you'd like to learn more about, feel free to check out the website. Okay, hey, thank you so much for watching. I hope you get better really soon. See ya.